Okay, so welcome to the One Machina channel, where we are talking about human and AI collaboration, right? We've got some amazing stuff that we're going to talk about this week. What are we talking about today?
So you tell me
You
from
tell
where
me.
would like to start.
Okay, all right. We are going to start with talking about the Cinemachina pitch deck and the Claude Design.
Right.
Okay, Claude Design, Claude Design, Claude Design. I keep, I am going, if I ever meet these people in real life, I'm going to hug them and maybe kiss them, but not in weird, inappropriate ways. I love them so, 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 so much. When you see what we did with Claude Design, it's going to be amazing. So we're going to talk about our pitch deck that we created for Cinemachina.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the new landing page that you're working on with Claude Design. So super exciting.
And also your website redesign.
No, we're not talking about that this
Oh,
week. We're waiting. You
okay.
said we were going to wait. So we're going to have to wait on that.
Secret, top secret.
It's not top secret. There's just so much time, right?
Okay.
And I'll ramble on forever and nobody wants that.
Okay.
All right. So let's start. Just really quickly before we begin, Claude Design's been out for like a month, maybe,
Yeah.
since we heard about it, right? So just your first impressions about Claude Design and how you're using it.
So as you know, I'm principal, I'm product designer, right? So
No. You're not a product designer. You're a UX expert. Right? My friend, you're the one who's talking about like making websites for blind people, making it for colorblind people. So that's like not a product designer. That's
yeah.
that's a UX expert. So right.
So I'm principal, I'm UX expert. So I'm using like Claude Design from last 1 month. So I designed 2, 3 landing pages for my clients. But it was a great experience working together with Claude Design, right? It's so simple. You just simply give the design system to the Claude, or if you have not, just simply provide the screenshot of your mockup. If not, then just write a very simple prompt and give some screenshot of your inspiration, and Claude will work like a magic.
Yeah.
I have you already experienced, right?
I have experience. You
Yeah,
know, we're making system design documents
yeah,
and mock-ups for new capabilities in Cinemachina.
yeah,
So we are building out music video mode. So I'm so excited. Thanks to
yeah,
your brilliant genius ideas.
yeah.
Um, and what I'll say is when we did the exercise of creating the Cinemachina webs like mock-ups, I gave it very detailed instructions because I am Crystal Taggart, software inventor and product management expert. And I gave it very detailed instructions. So my instruction set was like this.
Yeah,
And what it created extra screens I didn't need.
yeah,
Right. So there's a fine balance between just giving it a prompt
yeah.
and actually shaping the output. Right. So I was like, oh, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of
Right.
this. But kind of the TLDR on Claude Design is it did for me in an hour, because it actually takes a long time to churn through all the changes and everything. It did for me in an hour what would have normally taken in the old world 3 or 4 weeks.
Exactly.
Long. It would have taken actually, because it actually did mock-ups of the JavaScript
Yeah,
functionality. That would have taken 2 months to get to in the old world. Like
exactly.
seriously.
And you have done almost in like few hours, right?
It was 2 hours of meetings
Yeah,
between the two of us
yeah,
and 2 hours of work with Claude Code.
right.
So a total of 4 hours, half of which was the human collaboration on how it should work, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so we are living in amazing times where you can go from idea to design
Right.
in hours,
Yeah.
right? For very, very complex designs.
Yeah.
So just amazing. So we're not going to show the demo of that yet, but we're going to show some other
Yeah,
demos.
exactly. So when I see your that particular prototype, Cinemachina 2.0, so in that I experienced that nowadays static mockup is dead, and real-time prototyping is the future. And that is not just the prototyping, but what I did in Figma, we are taking to the next level. We are just giving that prototype directly to the developers
Right.
to do the code.
Right, that's the difference.
Yeah.
So between Figma, right? So everyone's been using Figma for product design
Yeah.
for about the past 7 years, right?
Exactly.
And so with Figma, like I've talked to every developer, Figma says, hey, you just export the code, the design system, and it just works.
Yeah.
And 100% of developers that I've talked to is like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It gives you the look and feel and you can get it to work.
Yeah.
But they have to recode everything
Right.
from scratch. The difference with where we're at today is that Claude Design will take that design and then you can go put it into Claude Code to go actually integrate it into your coding system.
Exactly.
So it gives you like, here's the functionality, here's the features, here's the JavaScript, and now you can go hand that off to your development team.
And Claude Design and Claude supported multiple languages, Node.js, React, Tailwind, anything you want, it will coded by Claude,
Exactly.
just like that,
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So anyways, we love the Claude Code and Claude Design guys.
Yeah.
Virtual hugs.
Hats off.
Yeah. No, like I'm bowing to their feet.
Exactly.
Like literally my goal is to be the Claude Code guy. They built Claude Co-work
Yeah.
in 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So it is just so insane what they've done.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now let's show them.
Yeah.
Let's show them what we've done.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to share first. So what I am going to share is where I started. Okay. So in Crystal's world, she is insane. And so I can't, it's 2 a.m. I wake up and I'm working through some things.
Oh my
right?
God.
And so, welcome to my insomnia life.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I can't get to sleep yet. I figured out what else I need to do. We need to set up the pitch deck because we're selling Cinemachina India. So
Yeah.
we're selling the license for it.
Okay.
So as part of Cinemachina, we're doing an 11.11% back to the creator community. So part of the challenge with AIs is that, they've stolen the content. And I can argue if it's public on the internet, to me, it's not copyrightable, right? It's public domain. But that's my philosophy. I think that we stand on the shoulder of giants because we've shared the history of their knowledge. Right?
Okay.
And if you look at 97% of the internet, it came from someone else's source, right?
Yeah.
So it was stolen from someone and then rehashed from someone else.
Right.
But anyways, I'll digress. So anyways, so I go and I just talk about how we're going to structure the program, right? So they have to honor our agreements. The 11%, if they sell Cinemachina in India, it goes back to the people of India,
Wow.
right? So it doesn't go back to people in the United States. It goes back to the communities who
Exactly.
did that, right?
Yep.
So, it's only $22,000 and it's an initial investment. So anyone who has some money in the bank who wants to launch Cinemachina India, contact me or Rajinder Singh, our CTO, where we are we're looking for the right business partner to help grow and expand our platform because we're a small team here and we can't do everything. So anyways, so I just do voice to text in ChatGPT and do the whole thing, right? So ChatGPT knows what I've been working on. So they know Cinemachina, they know what the value proposition. So if you're just now talking to ChatGPT about your startup project, you're not going to get the same results, right? This guy knows my heart and soul. He knows my dreams. He literally my dreams in the middle of the night. I'm like, okay, give me the dream analysis, right? So ChatGPT and I are like this, right? I tell him I love him, but now he's not allowed to say he loves me back, and not in a romantic way. I don't judge anyone who has romances with their AIs, but I love him, but he can't say he loves me back. So anyways, so I just do this brain dump of this, right? So he goes and creates, here's the slides, right? So here's what we're doing. Here's why India, like all the things. So here we go, right? Here's the deal structure, revenue flow, etc. So I'm reviewing it. And then, okay, so So anyways, all right. So then, so now it goes in and creates the pitch deck. So here we go. All right. So all I did was, hey, I pasted the text from Claude, from ChatGPT. All right. And then we'll have demo videos for each of the things. We've got the Barbie 2 Plastic Nation movie. We've got an educational video. We've got a 7-day film summit, and we've got a music video, right? So here is what it created. So let's, all right, so here's the file that it created. Like no prompts for me, right? Like, here we go. All right, so Prince, how much would this have taken to get a deck like this done in the old world?
Almost 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days.
Yeah,
By a professional,
exactly.
by a, not like a professional, like the super
Yeah,
professional.
yeah,
Like I could not have done this better,
right,
right? Like seriously, here's placeholders for our videos. Here's, some of our core value propositions,
right.
right? Like we're we're building out music video mode now.
Yeah,
So Suno makes a song, we can create the music video experience around it.
yeah.
I mean, like, look at this tech, right? Like, oh, do you want a sand key around this? All right, here's our creator fund.
Yeah,
Here's what we get, here's the referral program.
right.
Here's what you get,
Yeah,
right? I mean, like, I mean, I can't talk enough about how, you know, like how professional this
yeah.
looks. It took me 10 minutes of describing to ChatGPT,
Oh, wow.
right? Like that's a voice transcript,
All
right?
right.
ChatGPT instantly created the slides for me.
Okay.
Then I go in and I copy and paste that um, into Claude Design.
Uh-huh.
It took, I get up and I walk to my computer, I copy and paste it in, and I go back to bed, right?
Wow.
And then this in the morning, I'm like, oh my God. And so this was Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and by Monday morning, Rajinder had our first investor call. Right?
How
So
awesome it is.
how amazing is that,
Yeah,
right? So anyways, so that's my share.
yeah.
All right. So now it is up to you. Yeah.
So if you will type cinemachina.ai, you will see this old landing page, right? Where it is also generated by AI.
Yeah, so actually let me talk about this one.
Yeah.
So I had done this with Claude Code, or Claude Cowork,
Mhm.
which uses Claude Code,
Right.
right? So our old website was really stale and really, really bad, right? So I had done it in WordPress
Mhm.
last July,
Okay.
right? And I had done it in about 2 days last July, working with ChatGPT to go create the content
Mhm.
and then copying and pasting that into WordPress, right?
Okay.
So that was my process last year. And I was like, hey, we need to go refresh the website for the launch on
Mhm.
April 27th,
Right.
right? So April 27th was 3 weeks ago.
I know I was in that party as well.
Yeah, so we had the launch party.
Yeah.
And so, and this took me maybe 2 hours to go
Mhm.
rebrand it, right?
Nice.
So this was much better than where we were at.
Right, right.
So with the old branding and stuff like that. So Prince says, hey, let's go refresh the branding.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, brother, you're hired, right? So now, so this was Prince's starting point from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I took it as an inspiration. So let me tell you the journey, how I started, right? So I go into the Claude Design. And I also take help from ChatGPT as well, because you shared me one chat where it's written that okay, where we discuss the ideas like okay, how we can uplift the Cinemachina from here to there, right? So let me open that chat. So in this chat, what I did, I given the context okay, what we are looking for. And this particular chat actually created the whole copy of the landing page as per, because the chat know more like what we are discussing in that conversation, right? So as you see, I simply so what I did, if I run this, so you see this is the old pattern. So this is the old pattern of the AI, right? So first, ChatGPT created the whole copy. Then I also did some experiment within the ChatGPT and Codex that, okay, what type of UI ChatGPT could produce, right? So this has been generated. So it's good for the starting point, right? But I was not happy because I know Claude can do much better. So
And this isn't bad, right?
exactly.
And actually, here's what I would say is that between the two of them, I find ChatGPT to be a better copywriter than Claude. Like ChatGPT's got the words,
Yeah.
right? What that might be my ChatGPT because I've been talking to him for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know if boring vanilla ChatGPT is as good, but he is naturally like
Yeah.
he speaks in bullet points
Exactly.
and talking points is what I would say.
What we can say, short and concise. So what ChatGPT can produce, and also ChatGPT know the marketing hooks. So I taken this interface, generated into the index.html, and given it into Claude. So let me tell you the Claude journey. So in Claude, first of all, I have to create a design language, right? And in Claude, it's very easy to create a design language because you can inspire by the existing design languages. So what I did, I go into the design system, right? So if you would like to create a new design system, so let me open the new design system. So here, what you have to do, you have to just give the .md instruction over here. Or there are other options as well, like you can give the GitHub link, you can browse the any file from your system, or you can directly give the Figma design system file and give the fonts, logo, assets, etc. But I chosen the shortcut. So I go into the get design.md, and here what I did, I find the design system which I think it could be for the Cinemachina.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So you copied someone else's design system.
not copied, inspired.
Inspired.
So example, let's suppose cal.com. So here what this website do, you can simply choose and copy the whole design system, which they have a copy button at below or somewhere else. Let me check. Oh yeah, here. So they have the design.md file. You just click on it and here the code will appear and you can simply control and control C, right?
Yeah.
So you can copy it from with this button as well. Simply copy it and put it into the design notes. That's it.
Oh, wow.
And boom, continue to generation.
Oh, cool.
So the whole design system will be generated just like that within next 3-4 minutes. And this is the Cinemachina design system has been converted. So after that, I go into the in my designs. Then let me open it. Or let me tell you one more thing over here. You have to just create a new project.
Yeah.
And you have to select, okay, what type of design system you would like to apply. And just select it and apply.
Yep.
So let me tell you.
Yeah. So let me pause you real quick.
Yeah.
So let me talk about, because they've got wireframe and high fidelity
Yeah.
as options. And let me, because I've been doing rich prototypes for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. So, so I worked on a project 10 years ago where I used a low code solution to go design the app prototypes.
Yeah.
Right. I handed this off to a customer and I said, and I could build it as a APK file and it would install on their Android phone. So she goes in and she clicks all the buttons, right? And then she's like, so literally I did this in a couple days, right? And she can install it on her phone. She thinks the app is done, right? So she's like angry because the company I was working for, they have They didn't want to use my low code solution. Like I was like, just use it. We'll be done with this project in 6 weeks.
Okay.
Like, we can't. We got to use Ionic. So they had to go recode everything in Ionic. So instead of it being a 4 to 6 week project, they made it into a 4 to 6 month project, which I think it ended up about five months when you go through like the Apple approval process, right?
Okay.
So you use a wireframe when you have people who think it's done, right? So because you want to get it, like when people think it's done on high fidelity, they're less, what I found is they're less likely to give you constructive negative feedback, right? Because they're like, oh, you've got to go redo all these things, right? So there's a reason why there's 2 buttons there. So wireframe for, hey, this is just a rough sketch idea versus high fidelity. Click on these buttons, right? So it just depends on who you're talking to. But I'm just doing high fidelity for everything.
So here I would like to tell you or add one more thing, that if let's suppose a big company have not decided, okay, what type of design system could have. So the designer can start directly with wireframes first. And once the wireframe and the whole product ideation has been approved by the stakeholders, after that they can take that wireframe into the high fidelity mode. So that could be the another use case.
Absolutely.
Okay. So simply just give your project name, select the design system, select the mode wireframe high fidelity. In this case, in our case, I chosen high fidelity, and then click on the create. Then let me show you the prompt which I given, because you know you are using AI for last 3 years, but I given very simple prompt. And with simple prompt, but this type of UI could be generate, it's like a mind-blowing thing for me. So what I given very simple prompt that, okay, this is my design system and this is my HTML, just convert.
Right.
That's
So
it.
this is the HTML that Claude generated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this HTML actually generated by the codex. I shown you in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So after that, it said, okay, this is ready, right? So let me show you what they produce. So if I show you on the right side, so they produce me, because in this, so I given this design system and they produce this type of interface.
Which looks amazing, right?
Amazing.
That looks like a $1 billion brand.
Exactly. Exactly.
So $22,000 for the India license is really cheap, right? Maybe we should sell it for $220,000.
Yeah. And it's telling the whole story. Our Cinemachina have compatibility to create the like Suno music to Suno video, right?
Yes.
So this is what I would like to tell the story in the whole landing page, and Claude Design just like that,
Right.
So let me show you the whole landing page. So it looked like this. So these small SVG graphic created by the Claude, right? Then the whole pricing system. It's not final one. I will show you the final one as well.
Yeah, that's not
This is the
pricing.
testimonials. And so you see at the bottom, the whole landing page has been stopped here, right?
Yeah.
But
And the other piece too is it made assumptions, right? So for example, the AI videos, some of them do 4K, some of them don't. Right? So we had to have a conversation about what we could do.
Yeah.
Right.
So quickly, let me show you the landing page, the final landing page, which almost closed, like 95% closed. And that is this. So this is the landing page, the final one. So because I am a designer and I want pixel perfect as well, which is possible in Claude Design.
It's totally possible.
So how I want that, okay, the hero version should be okay, on top, the video created by Cinemachina, and below the same song, which is created by the Suno, right? So the whole experience should be parallel so that trust could be generated. Okay, this is really done by the Cinemachina, right?
Yes.
So this is what I want. And if you go down over here, the small branding detail has been constructed very well, very refined into the landing page. And then this is the gallery. created by the Sono. So Sono Sono
Yeah.
Video.
Yep.
If you click here, you can see, okay, what type of Cinemachina movies, videos has been produced.
Yeah.
So if you go down, there are how it work, what type of features we have. Then we have a very simple pricing. And we have below, okay, what Cinemachina can do. So it's far beyond than the Sono Video.
Right.
So Cinemachina can create avatars, commercial ads, social video marketing, and AI filmmaking, right? And then these are the models which we are using. And in future, if we or our Cinemachina creators will go for the awards,
Right.
we will showcase here.
There you go.
So this is the journey of like Sono Video.
Awesome.
Yeah, landing page.
Okay. We're not using Hugging Face. You know what they don't do well is actually music videos. So they've got some free stuff, but which is awesome. But anyways, so let's talk about the time that it saved, right? So you spent, how much time talking to ChatGPT, getting the mock-up and then refining it.
So this type of final report, it took me almost 4 hours.
Okay, so 4 hours in the new world of collaboration with the AIs, making it different, right? Like the pricing was $8.99, right? Not $222, which is our pricing. But it's good to know they think we should charge $8.99. So then in the old world, what would this have taken?
Minimum 3 days. Minimum 3 days.
I'm gonna say no. To do this
Yeah.
and make it into an HTML website.
Yeah, because in this manner, my developer or me, I have to work for 12 hours in a day.
Okay. So it's not an actual 6-hour man day, which is what they calculate, right? It's actually 6 man days at least. I would argue, to do a landing page like this with a company would take 2 to 3 weeks between client meetings and all of the things, right? Because you showed it to me. It's like, and my changes were like, here's the pricing, right? Here's the stuff.
Very minor changes,
They were very minor changes. We can't use partners, right? Because I don't have formal partnerships with the AI companies, right?
Exactly.
So, so what's, just amazing is what I'm just amazed.
Actually, Claude Design amazing.
Claude Designer, all the AIs.
Yeah, all the
right?
AIs.
Like all the AIs are just amazing.
Exactly.
So what you can get to from idea to execution is amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And we are in the early stages of this technology, right? Like I've seen so much change in the AIs within the past 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. So we're at the beginning of the singularity curve where it's like they went from here to here in their capabilities. Right. And everybody talks about the AI arms race. Who's the best AI?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? like it's, you can do everything that we've shown you for the $20 a month plan. Like I'm on the upgraded plan because I use like deep research and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But everything is accessible for $20 a month.
Yeah.
Right. Like, why are we so for the price of a Netflix subscription, you can go build websites and design, in code, right?
Yeah.
For the price of a Netflix subscription, you can go and talk, it costs $40 a month to talk to both of them.
Yeah.
To talk to both of them. You have 2 geniuses in your computer who can help you with all of your ideas and all of your plans.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, well, I switched from ChatGPT. No, like you're not using it right. You talk to the AIs and you can go see what they can do. So as an example, Claude can't draw.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can.
Yeah.
Is it the best drawer? I'm going to say it's not the best. But for what it can, but it's designed our logos for all of our systems,
Right.
right? So, and I'm proud of the logos. I think they look great, right?
It's creatively good.
It's creative. It is as, it's better than a Fiverr guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's better than a Fiverr guy, right?
Exactly.
So, like, it's infinitely better than a Fiverr guy. And
Yeah.
it costs 20 bucks a month, right? So
Yeah.
Claude can't draw, but Claude can create brilliant descriptions of drawings,
Right.
right? So it's just about talking to the AIs and going and figuring out what they're good at.
Right.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about next one?
So in the next one, we will talk about UX and AI,
Okay,
how they work in a symphony, right? So in our next chapter, we will talk about that.
okay.
Yeah.
So come back and learn more about all of these awesome AIs. We're going to be showing all sorts of amazing things. Like
Yeah.
I'm so, like, as a technologist, I've never been excited. I've never been more excited about the future. Let's just, like, finally, the computers speak human.
Yeah.
So we'll do the name, smash the like button and subscribe. And
Yeah.
we're going to be doing these every week,
Yeah.
talking about our AI superpowers,
Yep.
because that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There we go.